welcome back to Robertson's Belly Acres. Today we're going to talk about preserving the harvest. So if you watched our video that we posted a couple of days ago, it was the slow harvest where we're still getting all the early crops, and it's just such a slow, calm thing. Once summer hits, it's just such a different feel. It's so frantic, and you are harvesting everything. Everything comes ready at the same time, and then you're trying to can everything before everything dies down. So we take advantage of this slow harvest. So we're going to talk about how we preserve some of the things as they're coming, especially like the berries and stuff that come slow. We don't have a very big strawberry patch, as you guys have seen. So those things they ripen very slow. So we do want to be able to preserve that kind of stuff, so in that way we can make jams and jellies and things like that. Okay guys, so let's start with the strawberries. We throw them in a little bag. As you can tell, this has already been in the freezer for a couple of minutes, but throw them in a little bag and throw them in the freezer. And we'll just continue to put the strawberries in the freezer as they ripen, and then whenever we get ready to make jams or jellies or pie filling or whatever, then we can just pull them out of there and use that. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the spinach. Obviously spinach is not going to keep that long, so I'm going to put it in a little baggie, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. You guys, I have a really good plan for that spinach. I love fresh spinach, and as you guys have seen, I'll eat it right out of the garden. I just love it. But I also like cooked spinach. So my plan for that spinach, since there's not enough to make a salad, or honestly, my mom and I both have health conditions where we can't eat a lot of salad and things like that. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to saute up some, I'm going to make me a white sauce and wilt that spinach in there and fry up some chicken and mix that all together, and it is going to be so good and creamy. I just can't even wait. We may even add a little bit of noodles in there, but I'm not sure yet. So I have plans for that spinach. Okay, so the next thing is radishes. Okay, nobody in my family eats radishes except for my father-in-law. My father-in-law, Johnny, he loves radishes, and so we try every year to plant a crop of radishes for Johnny, specifically for Johnny, because he loves them. So had a little bit of oregano trying to sneak in there, but the problem is Johnny and Donna live an hour and a half away, and we don't get to see them very often. So the issue is always trying to keep these things from getting rubbery, because they'll get rubbery very fast once you pull them out of the garden. Now, there is a trick to rubbery, to crisp up rubbery, not turnips. I've had turnips before too, but radishes, you can put them in an ice bath, and that usually will crisp them right back up. That also works for lettuce. Just put it in an ice bath and it crisps it back up, as long as it's not too far gone. So I'm going to get these ready for Johnny, so then that way when he comes to pick them up, they won't be rubbery. So basically I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take these and I'm going to chop the top off and just kind of leave that little white spot, and I'll give this the greens. I will give that to the goats and the chickens. I would say to the pigs, but we don't have pigs anymore. We've already taken our last pig to process. So, and then that little root there at the end, we're just going to chop that little baby off too. So we've got white on both sides. I will put that in here in the colander, so then that way I can rinse them off. And then once I do that, whoops, I will, once I rinse them, I will put them in cold water and put them in the refrigerator, and they will sit there until Sunday, which by the time this airs, it will be in the past, but this Sunday for me, for us, is Mother's Day. So by the time this airs, it'll be past Mother's Day. But we are excited to see Johnny and Donna for Mother's Day. So we will have these ready for them when they get here. So, and they won't be rubbery with any kind of luck. All right, and this is what we end up with. And here are all the greens for the chickens and the goats, and they will love it. So I'm going to set that aside. We accidentally pulled one of the little carrots while we were out there. Darn it. Maybe I'll replant it. I don't know that you can with carrots. I wonder if I could stick it in water. Can you grow carrots hydroponically? Sounds like an experiment. And then there's all this dirt from where we got this. But now I'm just going to wash these real quick and move on from there. Using cold water. And really I'm just rinsing them off. I mean, they'll have to trim some more of that off, I'm sure, before they eat them, but just rinsing them off. I don't like radishes, but oddly I like the smell of radishes. And it's the same way for cantaloupe for me. I'm not real big cantaloupe fan, but I do like the smell of them. Donna made a dish at Thanksgiving and left her Tupperware. So I'm going to use this. See, you should never return Tupperware empty. So, and I really don't need that much. That's mainly just to crisp it. Okay, so we've got them all in there. Okay, so like I said, never return a Tupperware dish. Empty. So I'm gonna put those in the refrigerator. And with any kind of luck, they'll be nice and crisp when Johnny comes to get them on Sunday. All right, so we're going to move on to the next thing. Okay, so I am going to rinse off the oregano. And then, I had some of that was fixing to bloom. Oh no. I'm going to rinse the oregano really good. And then there's a few pieces that I kind of need to just nip off some of the leaves that aren't the best. I'm just going to kind of knock the dust off of them. Not anything major. Okay, I'm going to try something that I saw on a Pinterest video, and I don't know how well this is going to work. So I'm going to try this, and we'll see, right? We'll see together. Okay, so it was really cool. So they took a colander, and they took oregano or parsley or whatever, and they stuck the stem through, whoops, through the little hole on the colander, and then they literally just pulled it through. Oh, I think it's gonna work. You guys. So look, see that little flower right there? Look at this. Like, for real, that works. It just takes the limbs the leaves right off of there. That's so exciting. You guys, I'm really excited that that actually works. So I'm going to take, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. I'm going to take all of these little sprigs. There's some of them that, like that one, I don't even think it's going to be okay. And actually I need to be giving this to the chickens, but I'm just going to kind of go through and take the bad leaves off of everything. And you know, I don't know if you guys know, oregano is very, very stiff stems, so that makes this kind of process so much easier. It's actually really exciting that that works, because I've tried other things and not everything you see on Pinterest works. I think they were actually using a plastic colander, but that is actually so pretty. Okay, so when it gets up here to the top of the blossom, it kind of peters out, but it's okay because I am going to dehydrate these leaves, just so then that way they preserve a little bit longer. If I was making something right now, you know, I could use this fresh oregano, but I don't know if the yellow leaves on the bottom are a big deal or not, so I'm taking them off. I don't know if they have like maybe a different flavor. I guess I could just taste it, huh? Okay, so I don't know. Let me see what. Okay, okay. The green one's all right. Tastes like oregano. Okay. Okay. So it seems like the yellow ones are a little more bitter. So I think I'm going to pull the yellow ones off. But I'm going to go wash my hands first. That makes the prettiest little bouquets in that. Look at that. It almost looks like succulents in a little pot. But we got to take them out. All right, you guys, look at this. That is like the coolest trick ever. It sure beats standing there picking them all apart. I mean, there's still some that are together, like the crowns, but it'll still dehydrate a lot easier. Guys, we're up to the next part. For the smaller stuff like this, I'm going to use the screen. Then I don't have to worry about all the littles falling through. You want to get it as single layered as possible. But I know with leaves, it's like, I also don't want to have to dehydrate forever. And I'm going to be quite honest, the whole dehydrating thing, this is more Rusty's thing. He loves to dehydrate, and he's got this down to kind of like a science. And it seems like every time I try to do something, I have them stacked incorrectly. Oop, see, like that. Or, I don't know. Okay, you guys, we ended up with 2 trays. So here we go. We're going to go temperature, we want it at 95. And then the time, okay guys, I finally figured it out. 95 degrees for 4 hours. And hopefully that oregano, see, I don't even have it on there right. Hopefully that will dehydrate, and when Rusty gets up, I'll have him double check it and make sure I have everything right. Alright, and as for that little carrot, hey, let's see if we can make this sucker work hydroponically. I'm going to move it over here to this table, but I may be moving it out to the hothouse, to the greenhouse, just to see what happens. Alright, you guys, so that's just a couple of ways that we preserve some of the stuff. I wanted to get that stuff put up right away, so then that way I didn't leave it here, because if I would have left it on the counter and then tomorrow we'll go to work and all of that stuff, and it would just wilt, and then I just have to end up throwing it away. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, comment, smash that bell. And until next time, God bless.